Memorial PSA semi-final match.
Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the live coverage of the semi-finals of the Doug Flint Memorial here at EPSOM. And great to have you in for this, the first women's semi-final. And you can see now the players on court. One of the very few left-handers in the tournament. That's LASH, the 15-year-old, in the purple. And the right-hander is the defending champion and world number 98. That is Emma Miller. Of course, she won the tournament in Henderson last week over Shelley Kitchen in 5 dramatic games. And joining me now is Sean Wigan. We've already played this morning, Sean, so and you've got another match as well. What are we going to expect here? We're going to expect the experience of Emma Miller to come through in the end, perhaps?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's definitely another tough weekend of squash. We had our first games on Friday, two today.
Yeah.
So it's certainly had a tough game with Tema Shalishi earlier today as well. Got a tricky one against Glenn Templeton later on, so definitely gonna feel it tonight.
Yeah, and I think a few players as well, because it's starting to get quite warm in Auckland, and we're going to see a little bit of perspiration for the players as well.
Yeah, noticed on the courts earlier today and even last night, the ball is really flying on the court, so if you like to hit the ball pretty hard, it certainly is a good court for you here.
And for someone like Ella Lash, she's the taller of the two players, but and being a left-hander as well, so a bit of a difference there. But what's she going to have to do to take on someone like Emma Miller?
Well, of course, Emma's got the experience here. She'll just have she's got very good control of her ball, so Ella's going to have to really step her game up, really try and take the ball early, get Emma out of her comfort zone, because at the moment it looks pretty comfortable so far.
Yeah, she's been the left-hander. I mean, we're making a lot of it, but it is so rare almost. I think there was one in the men's draw. Usually in the men's draw, there's maybe just one. It's either Evan Williams, I think Mason Smales.
Mason Smales, really. Yeah, and you've of course got Abby as well, who's a left-hander as well in the women's as well. So you've still got a few left-handers. Of course, there's a big advantage in any sport like this, but
they're on that serve, great shot.
But at the same time, someone like Emma would have played a lot of left-handers, especially playing Abby a lot in the last year or so. So she will certainly know what it's like playing against them, and will know what she needs to do, like maybe using more of her forehand to attack the backhand side, for example, like she's doing there.
Sort of forward and back, taking it forward, then pulling it back. It's a tactic.
And as you can see here, she's just, like I said, she's just controlling the ball pretty well so far. Very nice shot there from Ella. She really needs to take the ball really early here if she has any shot on putting Emma under pressure today.
I think for someone like Ella, of course she wants to win, but understanding that she's up against the national champion, etc., is that she's got to try for one more point, rather than think I can take this match. It's a point-by-point basis,
It's
right?
these sort of matches you try and learn from it, because, as you say, every match, especially when you're young, when you play someone a little bit different and new, she probably hasn't played Emma that much before, so she'll be learning every time she plays against her, hoping to improve next time she plays. So if even just having 5 points one game and then trying to go for 6 another, it's sort of.
That was a couple of kind of strange points there. A couple of unforced errors. Just wasn't quite ready for it, seems, but not too fast.
Well, she's 10-7 up anyway, so she should get the job done here. One thing you also notice with Ella, she scrambles the ball pretty well. She'll try and make every ball, which again is something she'll want to do in this game. Just try and scramble for it, make the game go as long as she can.
Well, nice little shot there from Ella Lash, really pushing Emma back into her backhand corner. It worked very well.
Catching Emma out a few times with that
another one
serve down the middle.
So she's gone from 4-10 down to
9-10.
9-10.
Yeah, she's caught Emma out a few times with that serve down the middle. Of course, forced the mistake early, and then that loose one just now.
That's a better shot to finish off. Got herself into a good position, and just a look on Emma Millar's face of, oh, thank goodness I got that over with in the end.
She won't want to make this game too long.
Yeah, exactly. So 11-9 the first game there to the defending champ, Emma Millar, up against LASH. So the first game they're going to Emma Millar, albeit in pretty tight circumstances, 11-9. In fact, there was 5 points won on the trot from LASH to actually put a little bit of pressure on Emma Millar after she led easily initially anyway. So the defending champion, New Zealand champion, and top 100 ranked player, there you go, we can list them all off. She did take the first game in the end, and Sean Regan, there's the unforced error there, pushing it a bit. Sean for LASH in this, just keep her head and know that she can come back a little bit now.
Well, she would have taken a lot of confidence from that comeback there, even though she lost that game. You know, to get on a good run there can get you a little bit of confidence on how you're playing. Like, you can see some of the shots are starting to come off. Like,
that was positive.
Yeah,
that was
and that's where she has to go. She'll go for a few more rescue shots here today, but they're going to come off. Yeah.
Ooh,
that one didn't, not quite on that occasion.
I mean, what did she do there? I mean, obviously it was fun, but I mean, she just pushed it too much, you know.
Yeah, well, you can see she's trying to mix the serve up, few down the middle in the previous game. Now she's trying to push one up.
So she's trying to mix up her game to give Emma
certainly trying to mix up, even on the serve, which is a good move to try and not make Emma look too comfortable on the court.
Right. So Emma really doesn't know the pattern, or doesn't get into a pattern or rhythm against Ella at the moment.
Yeah, you can see Ella really taking the ball early now, which shows a really good sign here. You can see the ball really flying there. That's what she really needs to do here to.
And then able to hit quite deep in that one where the ball faded away a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, Millar probably could have got it.
And another tough thing for Emma is she probably would have not seen Ella play too much.
I think it was last year out at Unitech, I think.
She would have not played. Would know where Ella probably knows Emma game a lot more, having seen her play a lot at Nationals and even last week at Henderson, just those.
Yeah, that's right. You can go back online and actually watch her matches, whereas Ella probably doesn't have so many of those.
Yeah.
I think the other aspect there for Ella that is in her favour now is she's physically stronger. She's that little bit older, and she's now getting a bit stronger to take a higher ball.
Well, I mentioned earlier, she's really stepping up. She's very fit on the court. She really scrambles very well. That's certainly one game that underestimates. Like, that's a really good pick up there. Couldn't quite do enough of that one, but you can see she'll try and.
Well, what's really good is that both players are stepping forward and looking to hit a winner.
That was a nice shot there from Ella.
They're both looking forward to go for that winner, and that's great. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, she certainly looks like a game of chess here as well.
Nice change of direction there. You had LASH thinking he was going to go to a backhand, and it was switched, and was nice and deep into the forehand for a winner. Ooh. The unfortunate thing is for both the players, every now and then we're seeing a fantastic shot, and then we're seeing one heading off the wall there and just not. It was not a good shot at all.
Well, this is where experience will then start coming in. Those big points now. Emma's been in these sort of situations before. She was last week, so she'll know what she needs to do in those.
I love that, thinking, is it on my backhand? No, I'll switch and take it on the forehand and hit a winner straight down the wall.
A lot of serves have gone down the middle. That time she was ready for it. Nice cross-court there.
Oh, nice shot to pick up.
Again, Ella scrambling really well, but just going for too much on that boast there.
As we look at this particular second game.
Oh, there it is again. Loving that forehand.
Yeah, what are you going to call it? just
just trying to roll that forehand volley.
It's better than a slap. I wouldn't call it that. It's too good for that. Now, what we did have in this second game here, remembering that Emma Miller won the first 11-9, Ella Lash was up 5-1 to start with, and is now still pushing.
Yeah, well, it's 9-10 now, so again, a big point here. That's a really well played shot there. Yeah, right decision there. Really beautiful shot down the.
It was a hopeful look at the officials.
Pretty much. That's certainly the. Oh, I hope I can get something here. That forehand's been on fire in this game. Hasn't really made too many mistakes on that ball. She's got game ball now to go 1-1.
That's a good shot.
Oh, does on the back end as well.
Well, very pleased there for the 15-year-old. She's rapt about that. And just grabbing her towel and her drink. And it is 1 game all. The first to Emma Miller and now the second to Ella Lash. And this is the semi-final here at Eden Epsom. One exciting semi-final so far, Sean Wigan, between Ella Lash and Emma Miller. And it's 1 game all. I don't think we would have quite picked this. We would have maybe picked close in 1 game, but possibly not going into the third at 1 each.
I really like how Ella's playing here, sort of really attacking the ball here, sort of not letting Emma dictate too much. So not a great start here, a few quick mistakes.
But then we have seen little turnarounds, haven't we? It was 5-1 up for Ella Lash in the second, and then she looked as though she was about to lose it, down 9-10, and then winning.
And she was down 10-4 in the first game as well, and was able to sneak it back to 9-10, so she certainly has had her moments. But of course now with Emma's experience, she'll want to just sort of control things, just go back to the basics, make sure she's not doing anything silly here.
Some great retrieving there from Ella Lash.
Yeah, really battling through. Oh, she misses that one.
Oh, all of the shots that she had retrieved, and she had the easiest one off the body, and unfortunately straight down. Ooh, that was just in.
Still puts the ball away, so doesn't need to go back to that one. Oh, there's that forehand again.
Yeah.
Was firing.
Came back and just hit the corner.
That forehand was on point in that previous game.
And so far, what we've seen in this, the third game, is Emma Miller slowing things down a little bit, just slowing down the shots, taking the pace off.
Yeah, she's just gone back to a bit more of a simple game, just getting Ella moving again, sort of not doing too much with the ball, but just making her play. Just before, that was the first mistake we've seen, and we've seen Ella make a few mistakes in this game, so now she's starting to...
So change of tactics from the second to this, the third, and not trying to play the let's hit it hard.
Well, that suited Ella in the previous game, especially on the forehand side. She was striking the ball really well, so it's just now asking question to Ella, can you make...
Yeah, can you adjust your game?
Yeah.
But every now and then it's you hit one hard, I can target it and hit it just as hard.
That was just a loose one there, just easy put away there. Bread and butter shot right there. There it is again. Just Ella, just maybe a bit loose in this game. Just needs to, again, maybe now it's her turn to go back to a bit more basics. Just make sure she gets that ball to the back. Get Emma moving around.
Well, that's a better shot. And let's see what she can do now from 3-9 down. And just pull in some of her shots. Don't go for too much. Set up that winning shot, as in the winning forehand.
So that was a pretty nice drop there from Emma, setting her up.
Okay, here you go. Are you going to drop or are you going to go deep? She went deep. Another drop.
Now Ella's scrambling.
get a call from the official?
Official called Ella's ball down.
Yeah, no argument there. It was a bit of a question as we're watching it live. Oh,
Well, that one was down.
now I think there was about 6 unforced errors in there,
Yeah,
or
a few
something
too many
similar.
there, so she'll want to. Don't know if the previous game took a lot out of her, but yeah, she wasn't quite the same in that game.
So this is the 4th game of the first women's semi-final, and it features the top seed and top 100 ranked player Emma Miller up against the 15-year-old Ella Lash, the left-hander. And so far we have 2 games to 1 to Emma Miller. And it was game 2 that went Ella Lash's way. Game 3 though, it was a bit of a tough one because Ella Lash just made too many unforced errors. Sean Wigan, that was really the case, slowing it down there for Emma Miller, and Ella Lash making unforced errors in the 3rd.
Well, that was what she would want in this game, sort of get a bit more control after the first 2 games. Very unconventional stuff was happening, and then Emma just changed her game up, went back to basic squash, and you could see the dividends it gave her. And now it's really up to how Ella can sort of reply to that. So far, but again, you know, it's these sort of matches that will help her.
Oh yeah, she'll learn so much already. Oh, not much of a bounce off the wall there from Emma Miller. So what we've got is a very quick 3-love lead already. And I think... Oh,
Yeah, not quite striking that ball as well as she did in the second game.
what she's probably going to need mentally is just to hit one of those great forehands that we saw earlier on, and that'll just give her the confidence again, wouldn't it?
And you've always got to pick the right time as well. Like maybe not try and do it off every single serve.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was the wrong shot. Just put it straight back into Emma's hitting zone.
And like you know, it's these sort of situations you want to go back to the basics. So just making sure you get Emma off that tee, because right now Emma's just moving Ella around, and we know she can scramble very well, but it's trying to get Emma off that tee. That's a much better shot there. Just a basic straight drive there, nothing special, and it stayed tight. And it was too much for Emma to handle on that occasion.
Well, I mean, that was the forehand that was so useful in the first couple of games. It just, I don't know, what went wrong with that one?
Well, she's just maybe forcing too much now. Emma's suddenly starting to read that shot a lot more, and maybe just going for too much. That's a much better play there. Moved Emma around a little bit to set up that drop there. Needs to do a bit more of that.
What we're seeing also from Emma Miller is on the forehand, she's just holding it a little bit longer and then able to flick it across court. And just putting a little bit of indecision in Ella Lash's mind. Where is it going? Is it going down the side or going cross?
And that's the experience of playing a left-hander as well. She knows you would expect more to go to her opponent's backhand side, so just bringing up the odd flick on those few occasions can catch the left-hander out a bit, as it's showing here. Not many mistakes from Emma in these last few games.
That she kind of just loped to that ball a little bit rather than really running. She was there, but slowing the ball down there.
Yeah, much better shot there, good length. That's sort of what's been missing in the last 2 games. Oh, there was an opportunity there. Loose ball from Emma. Ella not able to capitalise on it.
Oh, that's better though.
Oh, bit of anger there from the previous point.
I like that high ball. Works well against the teenagers, and that was
Too much on that occasion.
yeah, that high ball was too much.
7-9.
Almost landing in the trash can.
Yeah, that's what happens when the ball's flying on the court. It's hard to pick the lob up that well.
Emma, what was that? Was your footwork?
Yeah,
A bit
lazy
absent.
footwork there. Been caught out a few times with that serve.
Nice shot. Emma's got to be careful here. She doesn't want to go to 5. It's 9-0.
No, you don't want to. Like, she'll be happy she got a bit of a game today, but she'll want to get this over and done with now.
That's it, into that corner. Oh,
that's well
what a great
played.
reply.
And that's not a good thing with Ella. She just plays till the end. She'll keep pushing until the match is officially over, as we're seeing in this game here.
Well, the reply to the reply was pretty good.
Big point this.
I think it was in Ella's mind that she could have dropped me over on the other side, and instead she just drove through on that forehand. So strong.
Match ball here.
And there's
That was a quick one.
12-10 in the fourth, and a 3-1 victory in the end for kicking the door open for Emma Miller over Ella Lash.